All right, everybody. Assalamualaikum. Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Can somebody respond, please? If everything is okay. Yeah. You guys can see me, can hear me clearly? Can somebody respond? All right. So I hope I didn't say anybody responding. Basically, you guys we having any problem here? Yeah, no. Hold on. Okay, we get response from the chat. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we have here more or less, we have 335 students. I'm expecting around 700 students, but I get only 300 over. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, basically this is a briefing for the lab course for this current semester, and as you all may have already aware of, our lab will be starting tomorrow, and tomorrow is more or less our third week of the semester. So normally the lab will start during the second week, but due to this online thing, we will start a little bit late. For this current semester, the faculty will be basically offering Lab 1, SEMM 2921, and Lab 3, SEMM and SEMP 3941. So, and the whole basically coordination will be conducted by myself, and of course the new laboratory manager, Encik Muhammad bin Saab. All right. So in case you have any issue with the lab, you can come to me or Encik Muhammad, the new lab manager. He will be available around the faculty. Okay. So generally, basically, this is the overall process of how the lab is handled in the faculty. So there are three basic steps. The first one is basically is happening, in which you all should be joining one of the Telegram group created, one for the lab 3 students and one for the lab 1 student. So do not join both of this group. Just join one of the group. Okay. And of course, the schedule, the grouping for the lab has been shared in each of this Telegram group. Please have a look, and you can basically see the lab session, the time, the date, and everything. And of course, during those session, okay, you have to come to the lab physically. All right. If you have any issues going to the lab, please inform me. You can inform me, you can inform Cik Muhammad, or you can inform the lecturer. If you have any issues, you have to tell me first before you can be absent. All right. And of course, during the lab session, first thing when you come to the lab, you must sign the attendance form. One for the briefing, and one for the lab briefing, and one for the experiment session. So this is what you must do. And of course, you do the experiment and prepare the report. And of course, after that, your lecturer will grade the report and send the marks to the system. So I will be sharing this slide in the Telegram group after this briefing. Okay, so you can have all this information that I basically presenting to you. Okay, so I also shared just now the link for the Telegram group in the chat box down there. You can have a look as well. All right, so please join just one of these group. Do not join both. If you happen to be, you're in the both group, please exit one of it. Okay, so for your information, this is basically the map of the faculty. You can see, the School of Mechanical Cafe, the LAN Cafe down there. So you can see E07, E06, E04, E05, E01 manufacturing. So the lab name is basically in the blue color. You can see control, instrumentation, machine, vibration. You can see solid material industry, metrology, manufacturing, thermoelectric, fluid material, dan sebagainya lah. All right. So if you happen to you need to go to any of these labs. So this is basically the map and the location of those labs. If you are taking lab 3, if you are going to the control, instrumentation, and vibration experiment, you have to go to E05. If you are taking module, lab 3, module experiment, guys, you have to contact your lecturer for the meeting point. All right, because control for lab 3, experiment for control, instrumentation, and vibration will be conducted in E05. Okay, but the module lab will be conducted together with your lecturer. So you have to really contact him or her to verify the meeting point. All right, so hopefully this will guide you on the location. And I have basically shared with you the lab schedule. Please have a look. You can see from this slide as well for lab 1, okay, SEM M2921. You have basically we have 6 lab. You have six lab to go for the rest of the semester. Okay, so each lab basically you will be spending 2 weeks. All right, in which you will be conducting 2 experiments for each lab. All right, so again, total for lab 1, total 6 lab. Each lab 2 experiments and 2 weeks. So you will have in total around 12 experiments, okay, in which 11 experiment, the report you should prepare in the short format, plus 1 report should be prepared in the formal format. Okay, the marks for short report and formal reports are different, so make sure throughout the semester you provide you prepare 12 reports in total, 11 in a short report format, plus 1 in the formal report format. The marks are different, so you must make sure you have 11 plus 1. Okay, so 1 lab, 2 weeks to experiment. After you finish this lab, you will have to move to the next lab according to your schedule. All right. And for lab 3, SEMV 3941, you have basically 3 labs. Okay, three labs to go. For each lab, you have 4 weeks. All right. Then in total, you have 5 experiments. We call it 3. You have 3 experiments for Mama Wajib, which is the control, vibration, and instrument, and plus 2 modules. All right. So this is the overall picture of the experiment and the time it will be spent in each lab. Okay, so this is basically the schedule which I have shared with you. On the left-hand side, you see the circle number 1, the lecturer names. Circle number 2 is the lab. Circle number 3 is the grouping. Okay, because you can see from the group, they are labeled in that manner, so you can see where you belong. So you can basically check up to circle number 4, the dates and the day and the time for each lab. For example, if I go back to circle number 1, the lecturer, the first one basically Izhari Izmi bin Mazali. Okay, that very first one correspond to lab solid. So you look at the number, Dr. Izhari, number 1 is taking care of the lab solid. Number 2, Dr. Umi Kalsum will be looking at the fluid lab. Number 3, Dr. Muhammad Kamil is basically looking at the thermal lab. Number 4, Dr. Abdul Hakim is on material lab. 5, Wong Kuan Yu, professor, machine lab. Number 6, Muhammad Farooq Fong, electrical lab. Okay, and then number 3 is basically your group. You have to check on the schedule to see where you belong. Number 4, you see you can see there are 12 dates listed. For example, 24th of March, 7th of April, 14th of April, 21st of April, then altogether we have 12. This basically reflects the 12 session that you have. You have to go to the lab, 12 dates, 12 experiments. Okay, and one of the experiments, one of the date I highlighted with the pink background. This is the date where you have to prepare your report in the formal format, basically. Okay, whatever experiment you do, for example, in this case is 9th of June. Okay, whatever experiment you do in that date, please prepare the report in the formal report format. Okay, for example, I take for example, if you are in the group 1A to A, all right, in the group 1A to A, your during the first week, 24 of March, okay, on Monday from 8 to 10, you will be going to the solid lab. Okay, if you look at 1A to A here, you will be going to the solid lab with Dr. Izhari. You will be meeting Dr. Izhari on the 24th of March for the first experiment. For the next week, 7th of April, which is tomorrow, you'll be meeting Dr. Izhari as well, doing for the second experiment. Okay, so the next coming week, which is on the 14th of April, you can see you can take a look at the next column. 14th of April, group 1A to A will be going down to number 6, electrical lab. So you'll be going to electrical lab with Dr. Muhammad Farooq Fong, for example. So your first meeting is 14th of April, your second meeting is 21st of April, okay, to do two experiments in those labs. And the next 2 weeks, 24th, 28th of April and 12th of May, basically 1A, 2A will be going to machine lab. So machine lab, you will have to work with Prof. Wong Kuan Yu, for example, and the rest of the thing goes in that manner. Okay, so this is basically how you read the what they call that, the schedule, and to basically find which lab you should be going and what dates and which lecturer. Okay, basically this is for lab 1. Going for lab 3. For lab 3, you have on your left hand side you have weeks. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 dates. Because for each lab you will be spending 4 weeks. After that 4 weeks, you have to go to the next. You have to scroll down your timetable. You are looking at the next lab that you are going. So basically, for example, in this view, you have group number A, B, and C. In which group number A, for this 4 dates, you will be spending time with Dr. Nik Muhammad Rizwan. Okay, doing the control, vibration, and instrument. If your name is listed in B, you in the same date listed, okay, in the same date listed, you'll be spending time with Dr. Wan Nasda. Okay, And of course, for the module, you are subdivided into a smaller group in which you will be doing different experiment according to your group number, basically. And the same if you are listed in group number C, you have to check which subgroup your name is, and you will be spending these 4 weeks, okay, with Dr. Mastura, basically. So this is basically how you read, because the next 4 weeks you will be changing to different lab. All right, so this is what happened in lab 3. So for lab, this is for lab 3 student. This is PBL lab, especially for 2 modules. All right, so for this PBL, basically is open-ended lab, is non-guided lab, in which the lecturer will just be giving you problem. So in group, you need to find the theories that needed to provide the solution. You need to basically find the process or procedure. You need to find the equipments. You need to find the tools, the software needed to solve the problem, and you need to provide the solution to your lecturer. So this is, if you have been through lab 1 and 2, basically you have the lab sheet and everything is guided. But for lab 3, especially the module, it's open-ended. It's non-guided. It's open-ended. So again, the lecturer will be just giving you the problem, and here is some guide for you for what will be happening during that 4 weeks. For example, the first week, okay, you may be understanding the problem, brainstorming within the group, ideas and all that, and then second week you present to your lecturer what your what's your proposal, and then maybe you start the experiment during the second week. Third week, you present again your progress, your result, whatever. And the fourth group, you present the final findings and start report writing, for example. This is the guide provided by the faculty, but the rest of the activities you can discuss with the lecturers that will be guiding you for the module lab. So this is for lab 3 student, 4 weeks module, okay? So the implementation is basically the same. All right. Of course, the lecturer will be giving you lab briefing, the first session, or even the second session for each lab. Meaning that for each experiment, you will be given experiment briefing. Okay. The lab staff will give you safety briefing. All right. And of course, the lecturer will be observing you when you are doing your experiments. And of course, grade your report. You provide the report, and the lecturer will basically grade it. Now, of course, students, you have to basically you have to participate in the lab briefing. Okay, there's a note there. 5 marks will be deducted from your total marks of the report if you did not attend the briefing, because lab briefing is very, very important. Okay, of course, number 2, download and review the report rubrics, lab sheet, experimental videos, which will be highlighted in the next few slides. Okay, do the experiments, prepare the report, and submit through the system. Okay, so this is the access to the online lab resources. The links is basically there. All right. Once you put that links into your browser, you'll be coming to this view. You can select which lab you are going to. All right. So for each button that you click, you will be prompted for password. So I am sharing with you the password. If you are going for the lab 1, the password is FKM lab 1 at 2425. If you are going for the lab 3 resources, the password is FKM lab 3 2425. Once you click submit, you will see this thing. And of course, you can basically can see up top the short report rubric and formal report rubric. If you are preparing the report using the short report format, you need to use this report rubric as a cover for your report. If you are preparing the report in a formal format, you have to download this formal report rubric and use it as a cover for your report. Okay, do not submit your report without this covering sheet. All right, and you can, if you scroll down further, you can see labs, and you can see the experiments in each lab. You can download the lab sheet and you can review the lab sheet. All right, so this lab sheet won't be provided to you in the lab. There is no hard copy version of it in the lab, and therefore the access to this soft copy version, you can have it, you can download with you. And I strongly advise that you have this thing printed when you go to the lab, because I understand students basically put it in their tablet, in their iPads and all that, sometimes in their laptop, and they are basically write the data that they get from the experiments in those tabs, in those iPad. Sometimes, you know, this thing get lost or something, you have to repeat the experiments again, something like that. So this thing happens. So I strongly advise that you print 1 or 2 copies for your group, so that when you do the experiment, one of your group member can basically write down the things. All right, so do not go to the lab without having this thing printed. At least you have 1 or 2 copies of this lab sheet for each group. All right, so after you basically you know, finish with the experiment, prepare the report, this is the submission process. This is the link provided in this slide. Again, I'll be sharing with you this slide, so you don't have to write down or screenshot anything. You will have the slides after this. All right. So again, 2 reports for each lab. Submit these 2 reports independently. Okay. Do not combine, because supposedly you will do 1 report per week, so you have to submit 1 report at a time. Okay, do not combine with the second report whatsoever. Okay, number 2, use the rubrics as a report cover. Do not worry about the file name, because the system will take care of it. All right, and of course, submit within the time frame. Overdue submission will be rejected, basically. So you have to be very careful with this. If you look at on the left side, there is a report submission due. For the short report, guys, you have to, you know, sorry, for short report, you have to finish the report after the experiment in the lab, basically. All right. Last time we allow students to take more time, basically, but we see a lot of issues with it. Starting from this semester, for the short report, the report has to be prepared, completed, and submitted during the lab time. So if, for example, for the lab 1, you have 2 hours for the lab session. For the first hour, you will be doing the experiment. For the second hour, prepare the report, finish it, and submit it. All right. And for the formal report, it's a 24-hour thing. You can, if your lab is today, you can submit tomorrow before the 12th midnight. All right. So this is the due date. Basically, you have to pay attention to it. A lot of students, they submit after the due date, and the report was rejected. They get 0. So if you have any issues with the submission, you know, you get, if you are sick or what, please inform the lecturer, so that the lecturer will take note that you have to submit late, for example. All right. So if you click, if you open this link, you will be looking at this view. So you have to put in your email, you have to select your lab course code, you have to select which lab that you are submitting your report, your section number, the experiments that you are submitting, the lecturer, your name and group. You have to basically select all these things perfectly. Do not make mistake. Do not submit to your report to the wrong lab, for example. Do not submit to the wrong course code. Do not submit to the wrong experiment. Do not submit to the wrong lecturer. And of course, I see students selecting a different name. You're not submitting under your name, so that the system will have problem reading the report, basically. All right, so you must make sure that all this information are correct, and then you can attach your report and click submit, basically. And every time you perform the submission, you can go to this next page to check whether the report that you have submitted is basically successfully accepted by the system. All right. So every time you submit your report in this view, in this page, the system will basically once the system accept the report, first you will get email confirmation. Okay, based on the email that you enter at space number 1 here, your email. So enter valid email. Once your submission is successful, you will receive an email. If you did not, meaning that your submission is not successful. All right, so this is very straightforward. And of course, to double confirm whether your submission is accepted, you can go to this link. You can key in your matrix number and your lab course code. You can search, and basically you can see, for example, this is the view of what they call that number of reports that you have submitted. The page will be listing all the reports that you have submitted and well accepted. If the reports that you submitted just now is not listed, meaning that the submission is not successful, please redo the thing again. And if you happen to make a mistake, if you happen to send wrong documents, all right, you can always resubmit to the system. Do not worry. You can always update your report and resubmit, but be careful on the date, on the time of submission, because every lab they have due dates. Okay, if you want to change or update your report or anything, please do it within that due date. Do not do it after the due date. All right. So because the lecturer will consider the latest report that you submitted. Okay, so this is the short report and formal report. And for lab 1, you can see from the schedule, the date marked by the pink color background. On that day, you have to prepare a report using the formal format. And the rest of it is short report format. For lab 3, experiment for Amal Wajib, instrumentation, control, and vibration in short report format, but the module must be prepared in the formal report. All right. And of course, once the lecturer basically get your report, do the grading and all that, you can always check your marks. You can go to the link and you can put in your matric number and your lab basically course code. You hit search, you will be listing something like this. All right. For each lab, there are 2 experiments. So you'll be looking at marks for both experiment. Of course, the total is basically calculated. All right. So I am basically coming towards the end. So this is the frequently asked question. Right. So number 1, student did not attend the lab briefing. The lecturer will deduct 5 marks from the total marks on the report. So make sure when you attend the lab the lab experiment, make sure you attend the lab briefing. Do not miss the briefing, because the briefing will be starting first before the experiment. Okay, do not come late to the lab. All right, if you come late, 10 minutes or 15 minutes after, the lab staff will have the right to stop from going for the experiment. So please respect the time. Number 2, if you did not attend the experiment session, you're not allowed to submit. 0 marks will be given to you. All right. If you have any issues coming to the lab, please inform me. Please inform your lecturer. Prior to the date of the session. All right. And the report is basically handwritten, including the illustration, table, and graph. All right. And of course, every semester we find a lot of issues of plagiarism. Guys, this thing is easily detected because we have seen reports for many years. So I understand students copying report from their seniors and all that. We have a lot of cases like this, so please be careful. Do not do something like this. All right, because this is easily detectable. Others issue late submission. Again, please contact the lecturer if you need to submit late because of your reason. Provide reasons. All right, and during the report submission, do not these are I would say common mistakes. in which during the submission page, you have to select all the information correctly. If you did not, your reports will end up somewhere where nobody can see, for example, because you are not selecting the right information for the experiment. You are not selecting the lecturer's name. You can see from this view, if you look at the column of submitted to, okay, there is no lecturer name down there. Should be a lecturer name. So if you didn't select the lecturer's name, your report will end up in a folder somewhere which nobody can basically can get. So I have to do some other process to get it out and send to the lecturer. So this will take time and it's a manual thing. All right. So please select the correct experiment name, and of course some of the students did not select which lab you are submitting to. So without this proper information, your report cannot be channeled to the right person for the grading. So you have to make sure that. So when you have the chance to check your list of submitted report, you can see all these things basically. If you see that the information of like select the lab, select experiment, select lecturer in any of your report, please resubmit again immediately. Okay, do not wait. This is a good list of submitted report. You can see the labs are all nicely, there. The experiments are nicely selected, the date, and of course submitted to you. You can see the section and the name of the lecturer. So if all the informations are very much there, the report should reach the lecturer without any issue. Okay, of course, for each lab, you need to also know that some of the lab basically require PPE. You can see the PPE requirement from the lab sheet that you will be downloading from the website. Okay, not all the labs are basically requiring PPE, but you can see from the lab sheet. All right, and of course, the last one is safety pass. If you do not have safety pass, you have to contact Dr. Roslina. You need the safety pass before you can enter the lab. If you do not have the safety pass, you will be denied entry. So this is the rule in the faculty. If you have any issues, please contact me or contact Sheikh Muhammad. We will sort this thing out for you guys. Okay, even if you do not have the safety pass yet, please, when your session started, please contact me because during previous semesters, students know that they cannot enter the lab without the safety pass. So what they do is they don't enter the lab until they get the safety pass. So when they get the safety pass, they miss a lot of labs. So we have to find session replacement and all that. So it's going to be very messy. So if you have session, go for it. If you don't have safety pass, contact me. Or Dr. Roslina. I will guide you guys to make sure that you get your safety pass and you can enter the lab. Right. So that is basically my briefing for you guys. I would like to see if you have any issues regarding the grouping basically and the schedule. If there are any changes, I will be making the announcement in the Telegram group. If you are changing sections and your name is not listed there or in the correct section, you can text me. I will basically do the dates. All right. I think that's very much it for my briefing. If you have any question, I think you can put it in the chat box, or you can basically unmute and say something. Okay, guys, do we have any question? Safety pass, okay, all right. Thank you. Sacha Bono, I think. Safety pass is basically a safety induction course that you have to follow, and you have to pass the safety test before you can enter the lab. All right. So there is a courses basically arranged for you to go through so that you understand the safety requirement in the lab, in the faculty. And after you follow through the course, you will be you have to take some kind of exam. You have to pass the exam. Then if you pass, you will get the card safety pass card. So when you enter the lab, you need to show the lab staff that you have the card, meaning that you have been going through the safety awareness courses, so that you are well aware of the safety risks when you're in the lab, something like that. So this is required by the faculty. If you don't have that, you have to contact Dr. Roslina. Again, at the end of the slide, I've mentioned Dr. Roslina for the safety pass, her phone number and her email. You can contact her right away after this to make sure that to arrange the safety pass courses and exam for you. Okay, I will basically share the slide after this in the Telegram group. Grouping file. I am sharing the. I believe I have shared the grouping file in the Telegram group. Okay, try to find it there. Find your name there. All right. Experiment done in group. Yes, experiment. Abdul Mukmin. Experiments are in group, but reports are individual. Correct. Shamil Rifai, safety pass. Again, last slide. Find the last slide about safety pass. Find Dr. Roslina's email and phone number. Contact her. Tell her that you didn't have yet. So she will arrange the courses and exam for you. Solihin Sulaiman, do we have to print out the safety pass, or it's fine to just show? It's fine to show from your phone. All right, you don't have to print it out. Okay. But it's Isha, lab start tomorrow. Next week. The lab start tomorrow. You can refer to the schedule. You can see the dates. You can see the time. You can see the day. All right. So starting tomorrow and next week, the lab will be starting all physical. Okay. Share entire slide. Yes, I will. Irfan, Kevian, how about the expired safety pass? Safety pass valid if you have taken the safety pass before and passed. The thing is basically valid for 2 years. If it is expired, you have to contact Dr. Roslina again to renew. All right, and Dr. Roslina will guide you what to do to get it renewed. All right. Kausar Habib, I got my safety pass exam tonight. Front end, I can get safety pass. I can get safety pass before tomorrow. If you have registered for the pass, okay, this is for safety pass. If you don't have the safety pass yet, contact Dr. Roslina, register for the session exam or whatever. If you are registered, if you are scheduled to take the exam, to take the course and all that, basically you can enter the lab. Okay, as long as you are scheduled to take the course or exam, when you go to the lab, tell the lab staff that I didn't have the safety pass, but I'm taking the course and test this weekend, for example. Tell the lab staff that. The lab staff will allow you to go into the lab. All right, even without the safety pass, provided that you are registered for the course and for the test. All right, Kausar Habib. All right, then we have from Ian Wayne. If my safety pass expire in June, do I need to renew it after able to renew now? Do it in June. All right, because now it's very much crowded. Okay, Wayne. All right, and then okay, Zul Hairi, Jazimin. For Lab 3, Module 1 and 2, where should we go? Okay, because from your lab schedule, okay, you can see that if you are taking module, you will see the lecturer's name on the top of that, on top of your groupings. Okay, you have to contact the lecturer and find out where to meet. Okay, for tomorrow section berapa yang ni? Section lab 3 module dengan PM Yahya and Dr. Muhammad Rizwan. Okay, for Dr. Muhammad Rizwan, for PM Yahya, okay, you have to basically see him at Fluid Lab. At Fluid Lab E07 tomorrow. Untuk Dr. Ahmad Rizwan, I will inform you guys in a few minutes dalam group Telegram Lab 3. Okay, because for tomorrow, for Lab 1, only one section is having the lab. For Lab 3, also only one section. So section for groups that need to go to Lab Wajib, you can go to E05 straight away for control vibration and instrument experiment. For group that taking module lab tomorrow, okay, for the group taking with PM Yahya, you have to go to Fluid Lab tomorrow morning to meet PM Yahya. For the group taking module lab with Dr. Nick Ahmad Ridwan, wait for my announcement tonight. Okay. And of course, for the other group and the other section and for the other days, you have to contact the lecturer before your experiment date to set the appointment or of what time to meet and where to meet. Okay, you have to do this. Okay. How do we know the safety pass already expire? You should know because if you have taken it, you know the information. If you happen to lose it or you forget about it, you can check the thing with Dr. Rosli now again for the safety pass. All right, safety pass expired last month. You had to retake the test. Yes, Tayyip Mahmood, safety pass expired. You need to retake the test again. All right, and all matters regarding safety pass, you have to work with Dr. Roslina. Okay, Alistair Joshua, section 5 and 6. Yes, thank you. I think lab 3, section 5 and 6 will be starting tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Okay, Lim Christopher, do we have to buy PPE our own? Again, this PPE basically stands for personal protective equipment. So the thing is that going very personal, I think you have to get it your own. For example, the safety boots. I think for FKM students, quite common that you have your own safety boots because the labs don't provide safety boots for all students, but the lab may be providing safety. The lab coat, for example, the lab may be providing the safety goggle. The lab can provide the earmuff for the noise protection, but the lab won't be providing safety boots. So I think you need to buy the safety boots, but the rest of the PPE I think will be provided by the lab. Okay, Lim, all right. Anjuan Hyuk for the lab 3 schedule there have night. Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. The night online lab is just for the lab 3, okay? Especially for the lab module. There is no official session at night, okay? Your commitment is only during 8 to 5, okay? The night time is basically allocated if you have things to discuss with your lecturer, you can use that time. You can contact your lecturer, use the time to discuss or to updates or to do any discussion with your lecturer, basically. So, but the official engagement is basically during the daytime, not the nighttime. Nighttime is provided additional for you if in case you need this thing, because lab 3, especially module, is a mini research kind of experiment. So you might be getting your result maybe at night. You might be getting your result after the office hours. So you might want to discuss something with your lecturer. You can use the time. Okay, Ang? All right, and then the slide. Yes, I will. Afiq. Lemon. I'm not sure what your exact name, but this is Lemon. Maybe section 3-4 group A seems to many people. Does it separate as 3? Okay, if you look at lab 3, Mama Wajib, there are like a lot of people down there, like 20, 21, maybe 25. Group A, for example. This what they call that 20 students or whoever stays in this group A, for example. I mean, for the vibration instrumentation and control experiments, you will be divided into 3 groups by the lab staff once you get into the lab, because for lab Wajib, you have 3 experiments, so you will be divided into 3 groups. Okay, this is answering for the question by Lemon down there. Group A or Group B or Group C, if you happen to take the experiment lab Wajib or experiment what they call that in control vibration instrument, you will be divided again into 3. Okay, you will not be sitting as A1, A2, A3, A4, as you can see when you are in the module experiment. When you are in the when you are taking the module experiment, you will stay in your small group. But when you take lab wajib experiment, which is the control instrument vibration, you have to get out of your group. You have to stay in a new group decided by the lab staff, which is for that lab wajib, there are 3 experiments, so you have to you will be divided into 3 new groups. All right. Okay, paham Lemon, and of course the rest of you guys. This is for lab 3. Lab 1, there's no such issue. Okay. Haras, where can you get group list name? I have basically shared the schedule and group list name in the Telegram group. I will share again after this, just in case you just join the group. All right, you can get the schedule, you can get your list name. Again, if your name is not listed there or listed in the wrong section and all that, you can text me. I will update the thing again. Okay, because we have issues with the timetable for the first few weeks, so I couldn't finalize a lot of things. Of course, there are still insert delete and all that. So students are changing section, and of course, especially for lab 3, most of you, some of you registered in the wrong section. You have to change section. So the information of the grouping name, the list is a bit messy, and we'll have to update this thing from time to time. Okay, Zulhairi lecturers detail. You can, if you already have the lecturers detail, is fine. But if you didn't have, you can text me. I will provide the names for. I will provide the contact number for you. All right, Zulhairi Jazimin. Okay, the lecturer's contact number, get it from me. Okay. Okay, the Nazmi Nizal, any flowchart for the lab briefing or the important information, flowchart for the lab briefing or the important information. There is no flowchart basically on this thing. It's simply you go to the lab briefing, do the experiments, submit the report. That's basically the flow of the whole things. And of course, you have to sign the attendance every time you go for briefing and every time you go for the experiment. That's all. Nazmi Nizal, just simply that basically. I didn't make the flowchart. I can make one basically, but as I mentioned, the flow is just that. You go to the lab, you sign the attendance, you get the briefing, you do the experiment, you submit the report. That's all. And you have to repeat that for the rest of the 12 experiments for lab 1. And you have to repeat that for 5 experiments for lab 3. Okay, come to the lab, sign the attendance, listen to the briefing, do the experiment, and submit the report. That's the flow. All right. Is there any more question? Ada? So okay, guys. I think I will be basically stop here. If you have any other issues, you can immediately text me to the Telegram or even WhatsApp. I'll be taking time to answer maybe, but I will definitely answer your question. Okay, so I think that's very much it for tonight. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the question. Untuk those who start tomorrow, I'll be seeing you guys in the lab. Please come on time. Okay, and don't be late. Okay. For the briefing. Okay, guys, thank you very much. That's all for my briefing. Thank you very much. I'll see you again tomorrow and the days after tomorrow. Assalamualaikum. Have a very good day ahead. Okay, thank you. You can leave this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
You can
Thank you, Doctor.
leave this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You hear me?
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Doctor.